So second straight game over 50% shooting from three-point range. What is working for you guys from distance?
Playing the game how we want to. We're just running up the court, spacing, knocking down shots. I mean, that's the identity we have. We have a team that can get down the court. As long as we grab rebounds, play defense, we have the advantage at that point where we have guys running their lanes and getting to different spots and opening up and driving the ball and kicking out. We just play unselfishly and getting what we want.
Second game in 24 hours. What's the key to bouncing back, and how do you guys feel physically?
Yeah, we obviously went to the Bahamas earlier in the year to kind of start off the season, so we played 3 games in 3 nights. So, I mean, it's definitely tough and hard on the body, but you obviously had the big win against Boise, but we kind of had to put that behind us and kind of get moving on and get on the scout of Cal Poly and, you know, learn about them. But, you know, this is part of the year where, you know, it's time to get wins, and now we're getting ready to go into conference. We're trying to get as much confidence as a team and kind of get our identity as we get into conference play.
Akoy, you played the season high in minutes today. How'd you feel out there?
Woo, 12 minutes. My lungs hurt. I felt good to definitely be out there. Obviously, I've been up and down this year with the knee injury that I had. But it definitely just felt good to be out there with my teammates and be able to contribute. I'm starting to slowly kind of get back into things and get my lungs back into playing basketball and be able to move and do different things on the floor. So, you know, I was definitely very excited.
Coach Jankovic said it's been hard for you to get into practice for a lot of the season. Do you think this next week will give you an opportunity to kind of get more practice reps and get better in rhythm before conference play?
I think it'll definitely give me a lot of rest, most importantly, kind of rest my knee, give it a few days to kind of rest back up and heal up, but also definitely practice. Obviously my knee is actually just now starting to feel better. It hasn't really felt all right since before the first day of official practice. Now I'm just kind of, you know, trying to slowly get into practice, make sure I'm not doing too much, but also, you know, get enough reps to kind of get my touch back and everything. You know, and just trying to get the feel of basketball back. So just slowly working into it and being smart about it.
How big was this 3-game winning streak to go into conference play with some momentum?
It's always great to have a winning streak going into conference. Our conference is getting better every year somehow. I mean, like, everybody's just exploding with great talent, and there's so many great coaches in our conference. So every game we have to be prepared to win. And these 3 games coming in, 3 good quality wins, you know, against great teams coming into conference is very valuable to us. And this 3-day break that we have to get to go home is very valuable to us for rest. And we'll be back in Dallas on the 23rd getting ready for our first game against UCF. So I'll say these wins are very solid for us right now.
Second time in as many nights you've given up fewer than 30 points in the first half. What's working so well on the defensive end for you guys, especially before the intermission?
Our intensity. We're starting to find our identity as a team. You know, Akoy's starting to come back. Jamal's eligible now. So all of the pieces are starting to actually fold together. And the puzzle is coming together, and I like the way it's looking. We're talking a little bit more. I feel like we can a little bit more, but as a team, we're helping each other out. I like the way we did it against Boise. We just made it hard for them. As long as we make it hard for each team to score and just try to create havoc, we'll have the advantage.
Now that you've had 2 games with Jamal, you really start to feel like he's kind of meshing with the offense. And what kind of role do you think he's going to play going forward?
No, he's going to be Jamal. I mean, Jamal's a great scorer. We knew that when he was at USF, and when he transferred here, we knew that's the type of player he was. And he takes a lot of early shots, and we have no problem with it because he's a very accurate shooter. And we all go to the boards, and we all trust each other enough to take the right shots and take the smartest shots to help this team out. And Jamal is just a great addition to this team. It's just another weapon we have to open the floor and create more for this team.
Speaking of scores, Ben Amelagu shot 29% last year on threes, and now shooting 62.5. You played with him last year. How do you explain this? What looks different about him?
I've been trying to tell people that Goo is pretty amazing. He's a solid leader. He's a great shooter. I mean, he's putting it on display. He's always been a great shooter. I mean, he's just had his ups and downs, but this year I'm so glad to see him to actually shoot the ball very, very well. And and he's having fun with it. That's the great part. He's having fun being our leader and being the lone senior with Akoy, and he's doing a great job with what he's doing, and just his confidence is real high right now. We just share the ball so much, so everybody's confidence is high.
Akoy, how does this team's culture compare to the ones you've been on in the past?
First of all, Jarrey said senior. No one knows what grade I'm in, so we won't talk about that. I mean, it's, kind of when Jank was recruiting me and when I came on my visit and I hung out with these guys, just the work ethic that everyone has here and just being in the gym always, just seeing guys come into the gym late at night after we've had lift and practice, I think really shows the work ethic that these guys have and their will and, the want to win and succeed, and obviously the success they had last year, they kind of want to carry that on into this year, and just the character. Coach Jankovic talks a lot about the character of these guys, and I mean, I've said it over and over again, this is the best group of character guys that I've been around in the 12 different schools I've been at over the 30-year span. But I mean, I just, from the get-go when I came on my visit, I just felt a great connection with these guys, and it was a group of guys that I really wanted to play with, and I've really enjoyed it.
Anything else? How do things change on the perimeter when you swap out Akoy or Ethan on the inside?
Wow, I mean, that's the hard part for other teams, because when you have to try to match up with us, and when Ethan's in the game, he's a matchup nightmare, can shoot the ball very well, and then Akoy comes in the game, he's just that solid post, presence down there for us, and he does a great job being the leader down there also, and just creating space. And we try to get the ball to him as much as we can. When he posts up, and Coy's doing a great job coming off. You said his season high in minutes, and I thought he played more than that. He did a great job coming out there and being very aggressive. He sat out a couple games. What was that, Boise, or was it a couple games ago where he sat out? But he's looking great to me, and it's going to take him a little more time to get acquainted to everything, but he's looking great to me.